The provincial governments in Bagmati and Gandaki have finally backed out from its decision of implementing the controversial embossed number plates. The government decision comes in the wake of public outcry against the installation of embossed number plates, which according to the members of the public is done without proper homework and involving massive commission game. Good morning, I am Bipashna Tamang and these are the headlines of the hour. The government backtracks from its decision to implement embossed number plates in all vehicles from 17th of July. Embossed saga done and dusted for the time being. The waste plight of Kathmandu metropolis continues despite a 10-point agreement. Obstruction by Nuwakot's Bantare Dada locals, authority compelled to use force to dump garbage. Russia claims 97% of the Luhansk region, one of the two provinces that make up Ukraine's Donbas, is under Russian control. Arrested Ukrainian soldiers to put on trial. And Australia one victory away from qualifying for the 2022 Qatar World Cup. UAE dream shattered. Socceroos eye Peru in the Intercontinental Playoffs. The Department of Transport has stepped back from its previous decision to implement embossed number plate system in all vehicles from 17th of July. The government has temporarily withdrawn its decision to implement embossed number plate system from 17th of July following objection from all quarters. The department says the service provider currently has only 200,000 number plates. The fees charged by the government, meanwhile, is extraordinarily high. The general public are bound to pay 2,500 rupees for two-wheelers, while a minimum of 3,600 rupees is to be paid for four-wheelers. The fee is more than double charged by the neighboring countries for the same service. Earlier, following the deadline given by the Department of Transport, some people had already started queuing up at transport offices to get the embossed number plates. The service seekers were complaining that they were made to wait for 2 days to get the embossed plates, a service which they complained could have been done in 30 minutes. Embossed number plates consist of chips which are considered highly sensitive from the security point of view, as the vehicle laced with the embossed plate can be tracked at any time. The government had reached an agreement with contractors some 6 years ago to lace some 2.5 million vehicles with embossed plates within 5 years. And when the government sent out a deadline last month, there was public outcry as the contractor company is highly dubious, while massive commission game was suspected. The waste plight of Kathmandu metropolis continues unabated as local residents in Nuwakot's Bantare Dada protested against the disposal of garbage collected earlier yesterday. Scuffles were reported in the region as local police took charge of the situation with a few individuals arrested. More in this report.
The Ministry of Urban Development, Kathmandu Metropolis and local representatives of the region of Bantare Dada landfill site on Monday had reached a 10-point agreement, following which the metropolis began collecting waste in the capital from 2 in the morning today. However, locals in region staged protest against its disposal, resulting in scuffles with the local police. Based on agreement reached on Monday, the Urban Development Ministry has pledged to provide 420 million rupees for the construction of 5 roads in the region affected by the landfill site and an additional 17 million rupees for other social works. Likewise, locals of the region are also to receive free health insurance, and the metropolis had agreed to use chemicals to deal with the foul odor from the landfill site within 10 days. The metropolis has also planned to implement segregation of organic and inorganic wastes at the household levels and only collect inorganic waste to dispose at the site. Kathmandu Valley produces around 12 tons of waste per day. The waste plight, along with the politics surrounding its collection and disposal, has often crippled the capital since 3 decades.
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And here's the question: what's your take on the politics seen in waste management of Kathmandu metropolis? The options are option A, narrow-minded mentality, option B, incapable management, and option C, lack of vision. The voting is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The world celebrated Food Safety Day yesterday with the slogan "Safe and nutritious food comes with the promise of a healthy tomorrow." Various week-long programs were organized to raise awareness for quality food intake. The government, however, has continued with its indifference towards the possible chronic health issues among public due to lack of healthy food products in the market. Medical experts say excess of iodine in food causes issues in gut and throat and even raises thyroid level. The accepted iodine levels in salt is 15 ppA. However, a study has identified that the salt available in Nepali market has 3 times the accepted levels of iodine. The scenario is similar for majority of the daily consumable items in the market, and public are compelled to buy adulterated and below par goods due to lack of alternatives and lack of monitoring. The World Health Organization has said over 200 health, including diarrhea and cancer, are caused by adulterated and below par food items, resulting in the deaths of over 420,000 every year. Unhealthy eating habits also lead to non-transmissible diseases like diabetes, obesity and heart complications. Meanwhile, government monitoring has remained feeble and often a mere formality. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we had asked local residents in several provinces how assured are they of the quality of food items they intake. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
चामल पनि पहिलाको जस्तो छैन हैन, सबै मिसावट।
पहिला जस्तो केही छैन, खानेकुराहरू सबैमा विषादी छ।
सफाले खाना पर्यो, राम्रो गरेर खाना पर्यो।
खाद्य वस्तु त्यति गुणस्तरीय हुँदैन।
अनुगमन विभागले चाहिँ राम्रोसँग निगरानी गर्दिनु पर्यो।
The much touted and one of the national pride projects, West Sethi hydropower project that has been stalled for more than 3 decades, is likely to gain momentum as the government is preparing to contract an Indian company for its construction. However, experts have highlighted the decision might mean that Nepal will lose its ownership of the West Sethi waters.
A French company some 35 years ago, through a pre-feasibility study, had suggested of the potential of a hydropower project in the West Sethi River. The government then handed over the project's license to an Australian company named SMEC that held on to it for 17 years, although unable to kickstart the project. Chinese company Three Georges then took over the project, holding it for 7 years but failing to push it ahead. 3 years ago, the government announced it would proceed with the hydropower project with domestic investment. However, now preparations are underway to contract an Indian company named for its construction. Experts have highlighted the decision might result in Nepal losing its ownership of West Sethi waters and have suggested the government to ensure Nepal gets to use the residual waters. On contrary, locals in the region are delighted and hopeful over the economic gains of the project once it comes into operation. However, considering its history, they also express doubts over the project's fate.
That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.